Away we go. Quarter-final number 3. Duda will serve. Patricia, her partner, at the net. The Brazilian world #1 team in the black. Up against a team they've beaten 9 straight times on the Volleyball World Beach Pro Tour from the USA. In those tangerine tops, it's Nuss about to serve and partner Kloth at the net. Thanks for joining us here on VBTV. Simon Golding with you for all the action from this next quarter-final on centre court, and alongside me, international beach volleyball coach, our Volleyball World expert analyst, Denise Austin. We've talked tongue-in-cheek from Drew Hamilton's point of view, the USA coach, but if we really do look at it from an analysis point of view, can USA beat Brazil? If they can beat them, how do they beat them?
They certainly can beat them. That will be a given. The first time they do it, that will be great. And I think we commentated on Latvia's win over Patricia and Duda in the semi-finals from the Elite 16. I think they'd gone 8 times and they were like 7-0 until they finally took them down. So it does happen. When it happens, you would love to do it ahead of Paris. That's absolutely certain. And what happens there, that little bit of luck where it goes over, you get a misfire from Brazil, they're not ready for something, and the luck goes on your side. You play with a lot of joy. I think you have to play with a bit of freedom against playing against the #1 in the world. It's the only way if you to be playing with freedom at the height of your enjoyment, and nothing matters except for 1 point at a time.
Heavy swing, and you heard that on the courtside microphones. Patricia puts her first super spike into the far corner. From the Americans' point of view, Denise, do you think it's more about how well Nuss hangs in on her side-out game, or is it more about what Kloth can do to influence the match?
Good question. I mean, while there's a challenge going on, I'm pretty sure it went out anyway, but I would say that if they go after Nuss can be a little bit vulnerable when she goes on little runs of errors. So the release of the second ball option, definitely something they do deploy. With the wind, Kloth was struggling with that second ball option.
It's been overturned. We don't see that a lot. So a magnificent challenge from Brazil, and it's an ace confirmed by our first referee, Agnieszka Miszkowska. 3 apiece. Duda goes to the jump serve. And gets a nice hand on that. Well, good coverage. Something we've noticed about this Brazilian team this season in particular, those sluggish starts, Denise, are gone. They come out of the blocks every time, Brazil now.
Yeah, there was a sense that they were almost a little bit bored with what was going on and allowing teams to sort of push them a little bit to make them feel a bit more vulnerable, so they had to get that push back. But yeah, everybody's got so much better, they can't afford to lose that focus, and they certainly have got it. What I loved about that play, even though the USA got the point, was the fact that Duda was playing at the extreme and making Nuss really uncomfortable. But that's a brilliant serve, really challenging. Well, Brazil playing zigzagging, that's what you want to see, out of control.
Just ballooned off the hand of Patricia. That's what happens if you don't get a proper contact on the ball. Well, good aggressive serve from Nuss. I tell you, USA will be liking this start.
Vai para fora a bola da Nuss. E no serviço, Patricia.
Patricia slides that into the middle. Nuss will take the ball confidently like that all day long. Having to try and work her angles at the moment, and eventually the ball bouncing into that window of Kloth to put away. USA goes 6-4.
But the quality of the touch from Nuss is being counter-defended or counter-attacked from Duda. And even though it's gone over, Nuss must be thinking, how good a shot do I need to make to be able to put this ball on the floor?
Comfortable. One of the classiest arm swings we've ever seen in the sport of beach volleyball. Belongs to Duda and Santos Lisboa.
And you pointed out in the last match, Simon, the wind direction has changed. You have to be a bit of a meteorologist if you are a beach volleyball player, because we have got a tale of 3 different kinds of tournaments here in Espinho.
Yeah, and just describe for the viewers which way the wind's blowing and which team gets the benefit from that.
So predominantly we had like a more of a northerly wind on the first 2 days, and it was pure jungle ball. It really ramped up on the first day. By the time we were into second day, the good end became the bad end because it was so windy you couldn't even set into the wind and people were falling backwards. Day 3 and Day 3, we had a really sunny day. The wind dropped. Day 4, now we have got a wind, and it's changed, and it's coming more from the south. So definitely the players have got to adjust every time they step on the court, and they have to adjust every time that they change ends as well, because it is swirling, it's picking up, and as it picks up, then it will likely change direction as well.
It was a good indicator to have a look at the flags and see which way they're blowing. So at the moment, USA able to make a bit of ground into the wind from that service end. Another ferocious hit from Duda. Super spike, incidentally, is when the ball is hammered into the sand. That's your super spike. That's when you get the boom. And then fireball is when the defender touches it and it flies off into the ground.
I'd love to see Kloth get a little bit closer when it's that tie, and just all bets are off on what position you're defending, and just go after the ball.
Well, lovely hands, good set, and Kristen Nuss clearly feeling she's got to hit that ball a little bit harder, and that's when errors can come.
And that's good timing from AP. The movement off the net gets in the vision of the attack from Nuss and forces the error.
Stays in this time. Gives Nuss a bit of room to work, but AP's blocking has changed just a touch this season. Far more neutral position at the net, which does allow her to pull a lot more than she used to. And play a bit of foot volley on the way. We'll probably see some foot volley skills at some point from the tall Brazilian. Oh, good touch. Really good block from Kloth. And it's another super point for the USA.
Lovely to see Kloth make this movement. She's looking very relaxed as a blocker, just keeping her, goes to the ball, goes back to the player, keeping a good eye on the momentum of Duda, and then she's able to read exactly the kind of timing she's going to get for her block jump.
3-point lead, USA starting this quarter-final well. Just try to move there, USA, but Duda read it very early. That's a good lead. That's a really good lead from Kristen Nuss.
Yeah, you know, I love a good bit of dodgeball, Simon, and that ability. What I love from Nuss, it's not the fact that she just left it and ducked out the way, is that she moved laterally, she moved backwards, she was in a position to take it, and then she left it. So it's an immaculate bit of movement.
Targeting Duda early in this match, the USA. She's on it, touch the block, has to come. Oh, wow. That is so unlucky for USA. That was a hell of a diving set.
It was incredible. I was just about to just go, wow, that's amazing. And Kloth just unfortunately caught her fingers on it. Wind just taking a little bit too close.
We are denied play of the day by a net touch. Oh, it's good. That's good. And Nuss is working very well at the moment with her angles.
What I've loved from Nuss, she's been touched by Duda's. She's made some incredible cut shots, but they've been wide. So it's been out on the pin and it's been the long angle to the cut. So what they've done now is they've gone for those cut shots, but they've gone through the middle, or even when she's on the line there, they're fast. So they haven't got the same trajectory and they're not in the air, because the air time is the thing that Duda is capitalising on. So that's what they've adjusted to, and I'm loving that adjustment. Whether it's purposeful or whether it's just intentional based on where the ball's gone and the kind of level of attack, but those are things you have to take note of and just put it in your stats book and start deploying them for just with emphasis.
Little look from our eye in the sky at the 6 miles of golden sand on this wonderful part of northwest Portugal here in Espinho. Fabulous venue. It's got a little feel of Southern California, Denise. Would you agree?
Yeah, it does. I'd say like a little bit of Hermosa Beach, some of those beachfront sort of apartments and places. I also think there's a very laid-back atmosphere to any beach city in Portugal, and you know the stands are filling up. It is a beach town. They play foot volley, they play beach soccer, and they play a lot of beach volleyball as well.
Touch on the pull from Kloth. Kloth trying to influence this game. What a piece of defense. That's magnificent from Brazil. Oh, wow. And just like Southern California, they've got sand, Denise, that goes right up to your knees. How on earth are these players getting this high?
They are doing really well, but it's aggressive setting there from Kloth as well, and nobody home. AP making an early pull, not doing the press, so they've got to capitalise on that.
So far, so good for Team USA. Not quite this time from Kloth, but I like games when Taron Kloth tries to influence, tries to push hard.
Brasil! Brasil!
So the world number ones have got a counter. 3 points down. Aggressive serve, a change up to the taller of the two Americans. And what a response from both of the players in the orange shirts.
Well, I mean, where do you, the unpicking of that 1 point, the big push on the set, but the vision from Kloth to see that Duda's hedging her bets in the middle and she goes deep into the angle. Really good peripheral vision from Kloth.
Similarly, USA go at the taller Brazilian, and that is marvellous defence and the calmest transition kill you will see. But that's Taron Kloth. She's got ice in her veins.
I just love the way they do the little celebration afterwards. Come on, partner, that was good. I'll give you a little heart and ring the bell, so to speak, which is what their little celebration is.
Oh, don't mess with AP. She'll come back with heat.
And you talked about trying to get back in for Kloth into the game, and Brazil served Kloth, and she did a great side out. But what Brazil also need to do, and AP has been frozen out a little bit. You can see that swing with a bit of aplomb and a bit of venom.
Takes the pull. There's that neutral blocking position that works so well, and comes back with power. Brazil sneak a couple.
Yeah, she's been kept very quiet by the USA, and they've got to be careful now. I'd like an early timeout. That's one of the things that I have a little bug watching Kloth and Nuss, is they leave their timeouts way too long.
Beautifully done. Free net, and chops it down. And Duda not very happy with Ana Patricia after that rally.
This is really good from USA. In the 9 times they've met them, USA have only taken the first set 1 time. So I definitely feel like in the time that they're going to beat them, they've got to get themselves across the finish line first, because that then starts to pile the pressure on the Brazilians. And we haven't seen it for a while, that red mist that Ana Patricia gets into, but there's a little potential creeping in here from Brazil.
Well, they choose to change to Duda, and Duda just strokes it down the line.
Nothing to worry about if you keep your side-out game going, and that's the key here. They've gone to Kloth, they've gone to Nuss, they keep flip-flopping. Maybe they're just going to go for the spaces, try and pressurise the communication.
Lovely pass. Well, you must not underrate that in the game of beach volleyball. Ball control on serve reception is a foundation.
I couldn't believe what I was watching when I got to see Kristin Nuss in Tlaxcala up close and personal, Simon. It's well worth travelling to a Beach Pro Tour event just to be able to see these players, how much control they have. She is phenomenal, and that's why I would love them to play more second touch.
Oh, genius. Absolute genius. And there's nothing that USA can't do in this match at the moment.
And right now, AP is leaving a free net, and Nuss has got plenty of time to calibrate and calculate where she's going to go, what spaces are left open for me, and she's going after it.
Five-point lead over the world number 1 team, a team they've never beaten before, remember. Well, it'll do to get the ball and to get the point, but see Duda and Ana Patricia in deep conversation here about the fact they've got to make something happen on serve. On the line, plumb on the line from Taron Kloth.
And that's the luck they need. Those line tags, those little dribbles over the net, just all the luck going their way to beat Anna, Patricia and Duda and just get them frustrated.
Well, this first set's nearly done. And Denise, it's not because Brazil have played sluggishly or badly in this opening set. They've played well. USA have just played better.
They certainly have, and they've thrown a few different shapes at Brazil. You can see Brazil taking a good long look. That time it was a little bit too easy, maybe opened up early, but I'm liking if you can try and keep your eye on Nuss and what she's doing in defense.
Tricky
Figure
now.
out how she's getting against Brazil. Oh, but
top draw from Duda. We will see it from her during the course of a tournament. She's got all the shots.
who doesn't love a standing spike return? And this is frustrating for Nuss. She's not given anything too easy to Brazil, and this is where they don't want to get the compound errors. Brazil have got, I would say, go after Nuss. She doesn't like to be beaten.
3 points to find, running out of points to work with, Brazil. Kristen Nuss is the target. Comes in nice and close to Kloth. Duda saw it coming, read it well. Can she finish? Oh, wow, what a stab dig. Nuss keeps her team in the rally and chops it again to exactly the same angle. Duda doesn't respond this time. And USA on their way to the first set with 4 set points in the bank.
Oh, this is so good. The reset button was pressed really quickly by Nuss under huge amounts of pressure from Duda's defense, but just holding her ground and keeping her vision clear.
Duda just taking a bit of time out of the game, as the great players are able to do. Good hustle. And again, Brazil under extreme pressure. Once again, they find an answer. This is going to be a fascinating test from here on in for the world #1 pair. This for the set. Good touch from Anna Patricia. And pulls into that angle to give Duda a chance, but Nuss finds the sand for fun. 21-17, USA lead their nemesis team by a set to 0.
And it's so easy to sit here, Simon, and just lord over Nuss and Kloth. I mean, the shooting, the sharp shooting from Kristen Nuss, we've all seen it. We're all in love with what she is able to bring to the game. But what she's doing now is she's looking one way, she's shaping up to go, and she's making it impossible for Duda to get her wheels on. And she's negating all the strengths of the Brazilian defense. And that is not easy. And that's all the credit as well to Taryn Kloth, who's just finding a really nice hurry-up rhythm. I think playing in that high wind over the course of day 1 and 2 of pool play has meant that USA have brought down their sets, and they've taken that into a relatively calm day, and they are attacking fast.
Touch of slickology from Nuss and Kloth, making it look very, very easy indeed. And what we love now is the fact that the world #1 team is going to have to bounce back and respond to that initial pressure. And particularly Anna Patricia, who has been frozen out of the match for most of the time by some very clever USA tactics. The scene is set for another very good contest here. Away we go with set 2. Clever money, I would imagine, is on a 3-set match, unless USA can keep their incredible rhythm going from the opener. Out it goes from Anna Patricia. Taryn Kloth says no touch, and USA put point #1 on the board. And Denise Austin, this is now looking a little bit tight for the Brazilians.
Just when I thought, oh, they've gone the wrong way, they've getting Anna Patricia back into it, she just isn't ready, as she was on ice, and she's got a little bit shaky again.
Oh, wow. You've got to love a scream when a player hits the ball. That's the final bit of theatre.
But you can see from Anna Patricia's body language after, she's like, sorry, partner, but boy, that was such a good set. And it really, really was so aggressive from Brazil.
Tough serve, big serve, but way out over the baseline. Got a good look there at the hats that the 2 Americans are wearing. They've broken the mould. They don't train in Southern California, which is quite unusual, Denise.
It certainly is. They train in Louisiana, and it has been it was quite controversial until now. They are the highest ranked USA pairing, and maybe with the cost of living in California, we might see that a whole lot more from players moving forward. Louisiana could be the new hotbed for beach volleyball players.
Two apiece. It's a modern phenomena. Dogs coming along to watch the beach volleyball with you. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. Again, it's so calm from Taryn Kloth. There's never fireworks with Kloth. USA will be looking to ride this phase out. Just keep that scoreboard turning. Good hands, good work, and Kloth doing everything absolutely right there off another brilliant play from Nuss.
And if our viewers want to hit the rewind, it's the engagement by Nuss on the point of contact by Kloth. She gets her wheels on and she gets 4 good steps underneath that ball to deliver that hit for Kloth. It's just the readiness of Nuss.
A streaky kill from the Brazilians, but Patricia not looking particularly comfortable out there at the moment. What a view that must be of this incredible Praia de Veia here in Espinho.
We talked a little bit about the end. Brazil now are going to a slightly more favoured end, so this is where they've got to sort of step up a little bit more.
Kloth not finding the kill, and Duda similarly hits the pocket. Nuss taps it down, and that won't make Duda happy. Stood right by Patricia by the end of that play.
It seems to me that Brazil have made a decision that if Nuss gets it in transitional play, that they're not even going to go in. Patricia not running in, not doing what I call her running early, pressing at the net, sitting back and making some very, what I would say are for her, sloppy pulls.
5-3. That's the paraglider that you can hear in the background. It's not the drone. Well, Brazil get it to the sand, but USA will be feeling quite good about things right now.
I think in interviews, USA have talked about how they want to step up their serving pressure, and in this match right now, the difference between these two is the service pressure and the breakdown of the receive from Brazil. They've got to keep that going.
The fans just getting a little bit antsy. Wondering why Brazil are not making more of this game at the moment, but they're not being allowed to. USA's side-out game is looking impeccable.
Kristen Nuss has no tells at the moment, and Duda can't even get a lean on picking her up.
Contest between the two big players resumes, and Patricia passes up the temptation to swing hard there.
And beach volleyball coaches always say to their players, go towards the ball. Even if you can't get the ball, make it look like you could get there. Make sure that you start getting 1 or 2 steps there, because in the event, if you go, then if you don't go, you'll never know. If you start looking at the difference between Nuss and Duda, is that, well, Duda finally gets the read that she's looking for, and that could be the game changer for Brazil. Just I'm about to say, she isn't leaning the right way. There she goes and turns up, has a word with herself, gets the right lean, and gets the scoop.
Well, the Beagle liked it, that's for sure. Barking their approval. 6-all. Slightly different feel to the game now. And Duda slaps it into the net and then looks balefully at her partner Patricia and doesn't want to exchange a low 5.
That looked like Duda was offering an on-2 option, and Patricia just shied away from it. Maybe it went back over her head a little bit, but I think Duda was not expecting to have that one come back. So parity restored, and round we go.
7 apiece, but USA will be looking to make things happen from this near side.
We're always telling people watch beach volleyball. You learn so much from it. But while you're watching, just try and just take a look at the player in your position. Whether you're a tall blocker or a smaller defender, what are the two defenders on this court doing right now to get hold of the ball? What shapes are they pulling? Where are they standing? What time are they making the move?
It's not easy to take your eye off the ball, but it's well worth doing. And because we've got our video on demand here on VBTV, you can watch all the games back. And just pause and take a look at those things Denise was mentioning. Oh, wow. Well, I like that contest, but it's a matchup at the moment that Anna Patricia is winning.
You definitely don't want to get her out of the freezer any more than she has.
I think things have just got real for Team USA, and they know it. Oh, should have been the lead, and Duda goes into the tape again.
And Brazil are doing a good job of not looking rattled. There's no sort of stink eye gesticulations. They're very calm, which is you know, it's typical for them, but they have their little moments. Some Brazilian teams will be like letting rip at each other at this moment in time when they've made a sort of relatively simple error. But that's the time now where you know it's going on under the surface of the USA. You want to try to exploit those errors, get another one.
It's a good serve. Well, they fancy their chances against Anna Patricia. Tremendous dig and a wonderful shot to the sideline to catch Duda out. And you can see from Duda's positioning, Denise, she really isn't sure what is coming.
No, and this is the wonder that is Kristen Nuss. The fact that she's always trying to hit the ball exactly the same point above her shoulders. Lovely vision of our cameraman there. And it's the wrist snapping on the ball without any tell. There's no drop of the shoulder, there's no twist of the body, and so it's so hard to read, and she can't get the jump on her.
But can't back it up with another big serve. Many Brazilian fans, plenty of them in the crowd, happy again. Brazil pushing Kloth hard here. Kloth standing up to the task, and I think we all know what's coming. At some point, the serve tactic will revert to Kristen Nuss, and that'll be the crux of this game, I think. Oh, wow. So close. Good read from Kloth, but too strong from Anna Patricia.
Typically teams do serve Anna Patricia because maybe they feel like they can break down her service receive, but if this is going to be more the norm where teams are going after Duda, then that on-two option definitely has to become a thing, because it's so easy for Anna Patricia to come in and just take it high, work any hands, or just go so aggressively into the deep corners.
Technical timeout arrives in set 2 in what is turning into a really wonderful contest. Certainly keeping the fans engaged. Now Brazil will change tactic, I'm sure, at some point, especially if Kloth keeps siding out smoothly. And that's when we're going to see Nuss once again tested. And Denise, for me, these are the moments in the match when Kloth has to try and step up with that second ball option. If Nuss is passing like she is today, it's on.
It certainly is, and I think some teams might not use it too much because you don't want to overexploit that. We know how good Nuss is, but again, especially when Anna Patricia is serving, you've got to start thinking, when can they bring that out?
They go to Kloth again. Oh, it's a good pull. It's a nice piece of work from AP, but countered well. Taron Kloth covering the net. So let's see how she's feeling about this. Does she go back to Anna Patricia, or does she test Duda again? Well, middle serve is good enough. And there's the chance. Oh, wow. Good reactions from Anna Patricia, but can't bring the follow-up. And Brazil have just got into a bit of trouble here after the technical timeout. This is looking good again for USA.
Oh, it's so good. I checked that there was a 3 call, which means Taryn Kloth is jumping into line. It was a huge big line because it was running through the middle. Duda took a look, felt like surely Nuss is going to be going that way, went for the chip, and Nuss just holding her ground. So good, the defensive scheme.
Good eye from Duda. Well, we're waiting for Brazil to revert to a serve at Kristen Nuss. And finally they go there. She deliberately bumps for the option, but they take the 3 touches instead. And Denise, that feels like one of the points where that option is crucial.
They haven't had that error of the net taking the ball out. They've been running those plays and it's gone every single time it's gone their way. That's a tide of luck possibly turning. They've got to be careful.
Again, good pass control. Line over is solidly hit. And because of Nuss's height against the 6'4" block of Anna Patricia, she's not going just line over, she's going line over.
It certainly is. And there is time for Duda, but Duda hasn't got her wheels on. And this is what I mean, if you look at Duda, she's not pressed, she's not ready, she's not even leaning that way. She's just giving it up as soon as it's gone.
Oh, trickle ace. That'll do nicely. And Nuss takes a crucial point, and that's covered that small comeback from Brazil.
Trying not to get too excited for the USA fans right now, Simon, but gosh, they must be feeling it.
Well, they're missing a lot of serves at the moment, USA, but they're pushing hard from the line. As long as their side-out game stays intact, that needn't necessarily be a problem. But you're right, Denise, we are potentially watching history here. Short into that middle zone and they get absolutely nothing for it. Taryn Kloth is siding out for fun right now.
And it's the way Nuss is looking at Duda while she's making the calls. She understands what defense is setting up. Brazil aren't showing too many shapes, and it's good communication on the calling from Nuss.
Good heavy serve into that middle zone. Brazil a little bit out of system here, but Patricia doing enough with it.
And it's interesting, the fact that these two are meeting in the quarter-finals. Regardless, they probably would have met in the semi-finals if Nuss and Kloth hadn't have lost their first match in pool play. However, they would have to face Anna Patricia and Duda before the finals in this tournament based on their seeding.
Huge, absolutely huge. And for the first time in the match, Anna Patricia goes to the crowd.
Yeah, you're going to have to get through Anna Patricia and Duda if you want to get to the top of the podium, and this could be the time to do it, but they've got to stop Anna Patricia. She's fighting her way back in.
Well, that was a brave shot from USA. Goodness me.
But that was good. She didn't go at Anna Patricia. She went back to the seam, find the space between them. Don't let Anna Patricia get in. Clarity of vision from Nuss.
Well, here we go. Kloth has to find a block. Gets a touch on it. It's good enough. It's coming back. Oh, that's clever. That's really cleverly played. Aggressive from the sand with the bump.
And the fact that Anna Patricia has tried to block the bump, she's redirected it away from Duda, and there was a little look there from Duda like, what are you doing, partner? We could have had that one.
Back to a 3-point cushion for USA. They can go hard at the serve, which they do. It comes back. Free ball. And a free point. USA are on the verge of beating the world #1 team for the first time ever in 10 goes.
And I talked about late timeouts. Brazil taking their timeout 19-15 down, Simon. That is way too late. Yes, they might make the comeback, but the way USA are playing right now, you've let them get out your sides. Emotionally, they're feeling it. They haven't had the luck run against them for too long. They remain buoyant, and Brazil just haven't got the same thinking head on. And this is so good from USA. Just happily just doing their business. There's nothing to fight against, and I think that's the important thing for Anna Patricia. She's always looking for something to go. She needs something to go against, and you can't go against Nuss and Kloth, even if you're their opponent.
A very exciting chapter being written in the TKN history books. Nuss and Kloth on the verge of something special, and one of our volleyball world commentators, Travis Muherter, this will send him into the stratosphere, won't it, Denise?
If you're a USA fan, and I know Travis would be, this is a big, big moment.
Overpass, tight, covered easily, and that's it. They go to match points, and plenty of them. And USA look like they're going to put this Anna Patricia Duda team away in 2 straight sets, and I don't think anybody had that on their scorecards. Massive opportunity now. Nuss to serve. That's a smile on Kristen Nuss's face. Down it goes, over and out. 21-15. It's a 2-0 victory for the first time.